we're here at the studio and going to do some acro videoing today. I have the lovely Miss Sarah with me who's going to be demonstrating some technique as I walk you through it. And we also have Miss Cassie who's going to be our lovely videographer that you can't see behind the camera. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun today and hopefully you're doing a lot of good stuff at home practicing. Before you begin, I want to make sure that you've done proper stretching and warming up. If you're not sure how to do that, check out Miss Catherine's video on stretching and flexibility. She did a really nice job. I do know that because we're doing bridges right now, we want to make sure that we're stretching out our wrists and our necks really well. So double check real quick right now. Go ahead and take your head side to side, getting all that stretched and warmed up, and down and up. And also take your head straight and make sure that you're going ear to shoulder, getting that nice and good stretch as much as you need. And then take your hands together and you're going to do your little roller coasters, up and down, really stretching through the wrist. And you can try and push it the other direction as well. And then go ahead and take your arms all the way onto the ground. And we're going to stretch into our downward dog. When you do this, make sure that you're pushing your shoulders actually towards your feet, not just leaning over to the ground so you get that good arch all the way through your back. And I would hold that for like a good 20-30 seconds. And then when you're ready, go down to your knees and you're going to stretch it back the other direction. And then sit up when you're ready. And if you need some more wrist stretching, you take your hands on the side to side and you're going to rock back and forth. Nice and slow, fully stretching those wrists. And then flip your hands down and towards your knees and then rock back and forward, just getting the back side of your wrist, the top of your wrist stretched out nice and well. Don't go too far forward and make sure not to put your fingers under your knees. And then go ahead and shake them out nice and good. Flip your legs over. We're going to stretch your back out with a nice little twist to one direction. Make sure that you're looking all the way to the back as well so you get a full twist of the spine. And then switch your legs. And switch to the other direction. Looking all the way back. And then at this point, as long as you've already warmed up with regular stretching, you should be ready to go ahead and start doing bridges. So, Miss Sarah's going to do it for us. We're going to start in our normal bridge position. Make sure that your feet are not too far apart. Your heels are on the ground. Your fingers are towards your shoulders. Make sure for my beginner dancers, you're really watching that top of your head. It should never touch the ground. So you want to lift from the middle of your back, push up. Keeping that head off the ground. Once you're in your full bridge position, look all the way down at the ground. And then when you're ready to come down, tuck your chin to your chest before coming down so you're protecting the top of your head really nice. If at any point in time your back starts to hurt, you can cross your arms around your knees. And remember, we can roll it out nice and easy. You guys will probably have carpet so it won't be as hard on the floor. And then you're going to go ahead and prep yourself nice and ready again, and you go back into your bridge. Trying to hold it for at least 10 seconds. For my more advanced girls, I would hold for more like 30 seconds to a minute. You guys are more than capable of that. When you feel like you're stable and ready, you'll start with your leg lifts. And so lift one leg at a time, make sure it's nice and straight and pointed, and you'll touch it all the way down to the ground and bring it back up. And you can just keep doing that. And when you're ready, switch to the other leg. For my advanced girls, make sure you're doing at least 10 leg lifts on each leg, watching that those fingers are towards the feet the entire time. Your heels are on the ground. And then you can also do your hand waves on the other end of the spectrum, making sure that you're changing up those weights really good. And then give Miss Sarah a break for a second. As you guys do those reps, remember, if you're a beginner dancer, you want to be doing at least 1 or 2 leg lifts and hand raises. If you're more of an intermediate, you want to be like 5, 6 reps. And my advanced girls, you want to be doing at least 10, maybe even on the 15 mark, since I don't get to see you with other stuff, okay? Another good stretch for for all dancers is to make sure that you are stretching your back both directions in your bridge. So go ahead and go back up, Miss Sarah. The first stretch is your Nike position that we call, because you are going to zip these legs together and you're going to push all the way through over and make that nice Nike symbol upside down, your little check mark. Again, holding this for a good 10 to 30 seconds, and then swapping the other direction where you're trying to get your knees or your feet and your hands as close as possible to each other to get that nice spinal stretch in the lower of your back versus your shoulders. And for an extra challenge, some of you are able to go down onto your elbows and get that little extra stretch in your upper back as well, okay? Yes. And see, Miss Sarah can do cool stuff too. It's awesome. If you are lucky enough to have a wall space, I do recommend continuing to work on your back bends. In order to set up your back bend, you want to kind of like stand close enough to the wall that your fingertips can touch with an arm that is straight. You don't want to be too close or too far away. You want to be just that right distance, and then you can go ahead and turn away from the wall. You'll bring your arms all the way up above your head. Make sure that you're starting your back bend from the top of your head, so your head is the first thing to look back, and you're going to touch the wall, and then keeping your arms as straight as possible, you'll go all the way down, either all the way down to your bridge or as far as you can go, even if that's just touching the wall and coming back up, especially if you're a beginner dancer. That's perfectly acceptable. If you're more advanced, then you want to go all the way down and all the way back up. And then as well as if you have mastered the wall bridge going up and down, you can also do a bridge in the center. So I'll have Miss Sarah come over in the center of the floor. Same technique, your feet want to be like shoulder width apart. Your arms will go above your head. Your head will be the first thing, and you'll walk down that spinal cord all the way to the ground. And then if you can, challenge yourself to push all the way back up through the hips to a standing position, okay? That's pretty much good for all of my beginner to intermediate level acro dancers. If you are a dancer that has mastered all of these skills up until this point, we do have some challenge technique that Miss Sarah will demonstrate for you. So the first challenge technique is if you go into your bridge, you can do leg jumps back and forth. This is eventually going to help you to go eventually kick over, but that switching motion, making sure you're using your plie and pushing your hips upward is really difficult and good to do. Just make sure your arms are kept strong. Another challenge that you could work up to is your spiders, which most of you will already know, but if you go into your plank position or modified plank position, you don't have to be super straight. You're going to take your hand and turn it the direction you want to rotate, and then you're going to turn all the way over into your bridge, and then turn that arm again and go back to your plank. And then you'll want to go the other direction as well and flip over, keeping that nice open bridge. See how she looks back at the ground. And then back the other direction. If you're lucky enough to have a space to keep going, great. Otherwise, you can continue to just flip back and forth in the same spot. Okay? Kickovers. So a lot of you are working on your kickovers, so just bridging up and kicking over out of your bridge to get to your standing, our little precursor to a back walkover. So you're up over, and you just do a nice kick over. And if you need that little extra kick to get yourself from the ground, that's great. And then for my most advanced girls, I do hope that you're doing at least 10 TikToks every week, and not the fun dancing TikToks, the ones we do in acro class, okay? So just like Miss Sarah will demonstrate, you're gonna kick over your back walk over, keep that leg straight and not off the ground, and then you'll kick back over to your bridge, and then you're just gonna keep going back and forth until you can't do anymore, which for some of you will probably be an awfully long time, okay? guys know how much we miss you, and hopefully this helps you do some cool acro practicing at home and keep your bridges really strong so we can continue to work on walkovers and back handsprings when we see you guys again, okay?